So the closer the pins are here, the direction you're looking at means they're fixing them. The closer they are to going in and performing in the arena. Okay. So what we'll do, we'll bring them up, and they'll go into this pin here. This will be the last big pin they go into, and then they'll move up this alleyway on the right-hand side. And as you can see, it's smaller pins, and that's where the animals will go into before they actually go into the alleyway, into the buck and shoot.
Apparently put the 9 zillion volts on them to make them buck and all that you always hear the crap about. Well, first of all, I don't want to be around anything with electricity hooked to it, and I don't want anything tied to my, because no, that's all a myth. So we take them here, they're in the spotlights now. You're getting to see them now. You'll see them loading back here, and they're getting the game plan just like everything else.
You can see them. And there is a difference from back there to here.
Oh, when they get here, it's showtime. They love it.
We buck that in the back pens, my kids will go up and rub their necks and stuff like that. You put him out here, and he knows it's time to go. And he comes out and he turns back, and he's one of the coolest bucking bulls I've ever fought. But in the back pens, my kids go up, rub his neck. He's the biggest baby. Yeah, but he knows his job, and he comes out, does his job, and goes, back to eat.
They get the game face on them.
Yeah. So
they do just like anything else. They're ready to go.
What you have is you have two different sets of slides on each side. One is what we call a right-hand delivery, and that will be on this side. One's a left-hand delivery. Bulls and animals will be loaded here. Then they go into the buck and shoots. And if y'all want to, how are we doing on time? Kelly, okay. We can go up here, and this is actually where everything kind of takes place. So this is what we call the back of the buck and shoots.
Can we come over?
Yep, you can jump over. Just watch your step. I don't want y'all to fall through. And this is kind of where everything takes place of fixing to get started. Whether it's the bucking bull, this is where the riders put the rope from the bull, or the fighting bull, where the fighting bulls go. So this is kind of where everything takes place before they nod their head.
You notice everything's rounded, everything's smooth, because they get nervous. Like it all. If this was full of lead, it would be. Yeah. But so the bull sets up, and you see right there what he does.
Put your
How many of them? Right.
Movement. You want him to be looking at you. So you
all right, so when I go there,
throw your feet.
See how I went towards that is a fake. You do that. And what that does usually, and I'll show you this, do it again when you go by. So you fake him, he goes that way, he's got to turn around just like this.
And now you decide what you're going to do next. If you're going to throw a fake, you're going to try to drive that shoulder.
Yeah, and then you try to get him. You want to be right here. It's exciting to be right here because his head is behind you. But bulls have 4 feet, not 2. So we can turn here. It takes them this.
So
and you want to be in
pocket,
this.
and you want to be here. You can fight bulls in a circle all day long because they just can't get you.
And when that happens, it's pretty exciting to watch a guy in a 1,800-pound bull going about.
Because he's going as fast as he can to get you, and you're just trying to stay alive.
It's a dog chasing his tail.
Yeah.
Well, Phil, here's a question. Okay, what do you do protection-wise before you put on your body for protection before you go in and fight bulls?
A lot of guys, we wear a vest similar to this one. It's protective, it's lightweight. I'll put it on over the shirt. You put it on around, it's like kind of like a bulletproof vest, but a lot lighter. It's just plastic and foam. It's basically to take the initial blow. They're smooth too, so if you have them get down and they step on you, it slides off. I also wear hip pads. It's kind of like a hockey girl with just pads in it, and it's pretty much, again, just to take the initial blow. Then guys will wear different braces depending on injuries and stuff like that. I've torn both my ACLs, so I wear a brace on the one. And that's pretty much the protective gear that we use.
What's it feel like when a bull hooks you?
like getting hit with a baseball bat, pretty much. You know, I was telling some people too, sometimes you'll see guys, you know, they'll get themselves in trouble and they'll set it up where you'll let the bull scoop you up and throw you out. I always say, everyone's like, oh, that looks so scary. I'd rather be in the air than on the ground. Because once they got you on the ground, they're just gonna keep hooking it. We call it camping out, and that's when, you know, Robbie's job is so important. He's pretty much our bodyguard out there. If something goes wrong, he comes, he'll, you know, make sure we can get up and go back at him. And his job is...
I'm in the barrel. It's aluminum barrel. Like I said, it's on the way, but the barrel weighs about 120 to 140 pounds. It's padded on the outside for the bull and on the inside for me, which I get a lot more padded than he does. But my job is to bring that large egg in there and holler, scream, whatever I can do to get it off him. I don't really want to take it all out of him. I just want to give Phil a chance to get up.
Sometimes it's just a split second that all you need.
And he's right back in the fight.
Yeah.
See, just because you get run over
there's
in
no
20
whistles.
seconds.
There's no flags, no whistles, no stop. I was telling them it's intense from the time you nod your head. And as a bullfighter, you know, working both freestyle and protection, I can tell you the most exciting thing and nerve-wracking is when you're standing in front of that gate and you call for the bull. And it is the best, scariest moment of your life, and then it all just goes, and then it's all, you know, like they were saying on the video, it's all, you know, reaction, you know, anticipation, and just knowing what you're doing and doing it as long as a lot of us have.
Here's something that didn't really get covered. When you watch that on video and stuff, and you see that, that slow motion, you know, and that, you got to remember something. The bull leaves there, and the first time I ever worked a bullfight was Odessa, Texas, and I was like, well, I've seen this. You know, they go run out there and run over somebody. They're 40 miles an hour when they leave here. They're like, whoa. I mean, it's when he calls from the time, you'll be here, let's say, okay? Some bulls you'll set up here and Phil will call for him. Some bulls you'll be back there because you know they're going there. You want to take the fight to them because the more you're engaged with him, the higher your score is going to be. So if you're and having to run down here and catch him and let him set up, that's not as exciting, if that makes sense. So if Phil catches, so if I'm here and I say, let me have him, and they open that gate, 2, 3, he's here. There's not this, it's not this.
Yeah, he's not marching out, looking around.
Yeah, is this going to be, where's someone to hit? No, they're like, whoa, like
they're coming. They know where you're
whoa! I mean, it's like,
and it's just,
it's dodging a car out here. It's
they're coming for one thing, and you know, when it goes right, it looks beautiful, and then sometimes it doesn't go so right.
Yeah.
And it looks beautiful for the crowd then, because that's when you get the oohs and ahs.
Yep.
And one thing too, you know, talking on what Phil talked about getting hooked, you know, when you get scooped up or kind of set up and let a bull really throw you, 9 times out of 10, those hookings don't hurt.
Yeah.
When you see guys get thrown way up in the air, and that doesn't hurt. It's the ones you see the guys do, get moved about that far, because that's when they're taking it off. You know, they're not giving with it; they're taking it off.
It's sort of like a wreck in NASCAR. When you see them guys flipping, that's dissipating energy. You know, we all know what happened to Dale when he stuck it in the wall. Everything stopped. You don't want that. That's why my job also in the barrel is I have a fine line of, oh my gosh, do I go get him? Or, oh my gosh, do I wait? And that's been something I've had to grow on in 17 years of doing this. And the transition from when I worked the protection here, what we call protection is during the bull riding, we're protecting the bull riders. And then the freestyle, it's 2 direct opposite games. My job, when I'm in the barrel for protection, I'm sitting right here, and Phil's over here protecting his cowboy, because whether you buck off or you're 90 points, you're gonna hit the ground, and you're vulnerable. You're on your back, or you're crawling to get up. Phil's job, he comes in, gets this bull's attention, distracts him, takes him out. Okay? So when I'm doing that, I'm ready to help Phil no matter what. Hey! Let him look at me, let him hit me, roll me across the arena. When he's rolling me out through there, everybody up here is safe. Okay? In turn, Phil comes and gets me, and I get to get back in the fight. Bullfighting is totally different. If I come in here just like that, Phil's making rounds, he's having fun, he's getting around there, and I come in there, hey! What have I done? I've just pulled a 90-point bullfight right off of this guy and caused it to be a 70. Does that make sense? I have to have a keen sense of, do I go? Do I go? And I have to be so still. It is amazing that somebody asked me that the other day. Said, I watched a bullfight the other day you were in. I was down in Mercedes, and the bull, like where you are, the guy is working literally right here where this is, and I'm sitting right there, and he never sees me. He never notices I'm there because I'm just a fixture. I never move. I'll have my handles. I'll have everything ready to go get Phil. Should he get in a bind? But you never move. And something I never do, and it's the weirdest thing, and I've started doing this, I never make eye contact with those animals when I don't need to. It's the craziest thing. I've literally had them come by me just like this right here and never noticed me. But it's almost like if you're gonna fight something, you make eye contact with it. And I know where they are, but it's almost like it's if I don't look, they won't see me, like the little kid hiding behind a shovel.
You're right.
But it's so strange because they're pretty proud of themselves. This breed of bull. When you see them, and you can tell when they're coming to you, you can tell. So what I always do is try not to ever entice them to come to me while Phil's working, because anything that pulls that bull off of Phil takes away points. So I might be right here and I'm watching, I never move. And you'll see me, I'll just be I'll do the mannequin. And I'll just sit there as quiet as I can, and I'll never look at them, because to me it's almost like, who saw the movie The Horse Whisperer? Okay, when you see those shows, when you come up to an animal, when you come up to any animal, a horse or whatever, if you reach up there like that, you know how they're always, but if you come up to one like this and just let them know that you're not there to affect what they're doing, and you learn this about animals, but when these bulls are working, I'll never ever, because when you look at them in the eye, they're like, oh, you want some of this, yeah. So, and then you can tell when it's coming because their brisket right in here, that little flappy part, will tighten up, and you know it's coming. I mean,
and they are unique. Like the Mexican fighting bulls that we will fight tomorrow are unique. They are fast, and they really do. They want to fight. They want to hook up with you. And I was saying it is something that the PRCA has been missing, and the fans have no idea what's coming because it is non-stop. There's no, like we said, there's no flags on the play, no whistle, no stop. He's down. You fight your whole fight until it's over.
70 seconds. You get a whistle at 40 seconds, and if you've done enough, you sell it there. When you sell it, throw the hat away, whatever. You tell the judge, I'm done. I'm done. I'm going over here. Okay. You have another 30 seconds to make up for anything that.
It just didn't go right. You might not have got
you might not have got enough out of him at 40 seconds to make that 90 point. You may have one more thrilling thing you're going to do. You'll see.
You might think you are, but
you're not in control. You're just living. I mean, and you'll see them. They'll get bumped and they'll get knocked down, and then he'll hit them and he'll pick him up. And my job again is to give him 10 seconds of that. If he gets knocked down, hell, he may still want to fight. And I'll always ask him, I'll say, "You good? Oh yeah, get out of the way." They'll go right back at it. Some of them can't. Some of them are limping back over here, dragging a leg. Then it's my job to come in and make sure he doesn't get him every time he gets there. It's a very fine line, and I try to stress to all the new barrel men that I know you want to come crashing in there, but you'll have to fight them. But you can't be late either, because then
we're going to need you for that 1 second.
Yeah, it's crazy.